infrastructure that connects the producer and the buyer, or that assists in the processes of production and distribution.
President Museveni was in South Africa to take part in the World Economic Forum on Africa, which is running under the theme Shaping Inclusive Growth and Shared Futures in the Fourth Industrial Revolution. The president said that Uganda is the safest place for any investor to inject their money and offers immense business opportunities.
If there is a place where you can easily make money, it is Uganda. The place is secure. That is why there are 1.4 million refugees from the surrounding countries. It has got a highly educated population with a literacy rate of 77%. It is right in the middle of Africa. When I was coming here, it was 5.5 hours by plane to Cape Town and 5.5 hours by plane to Alexandria in Egypt. So once you're in Uganda, you are in the heart of Africa.
He said that the NRM government has put in place enabling infrastructure to facilitate production of goods and services, adding that it has greatly lowered the cost of doing business. The president said Uganda's population and market was growing, adding that the country has an array of available and affordable raw materials with surplus electricity, functional internet services, and other amenities like water. He urged the investors to seek opportunities in agro-processing, infrastructure, mineral extraction, and tourism, among other openings.
I'm happy to have the opportunity to share a very brief overview of Uganda's education and sports with you, our guests this evening, and I bring you greetings from Uganda.
Addressing the gathering, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Janet Museveni, said the country is focusing on skilling the youth to enable them compete favorably in the job market. In another development, President Museveni held discussions with Professor Klaus Schwab, the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum, an international organization for public-private cooperation. The meeting took place at Cape Town International Conference Center on the sidelines of the ongoing World Economic Forum on Africa conference.
Now, in the areas of security, the public has been warned against politicizing the current security situation in the country to ease unnecessary tension. Minister for Internal Affairs General J.J. Odongo says Ministry of Finance will review taxes on CCTV cameras to make them affordable. Odongo was presenting the security situation report to Parliament, which comes in the wake of increased kidnaps and unexplained murders within the country.
Scenes like this have been common on both social and mainstream media, attracting concern among the public, from border motorcycle riders to revelers, service providers, and most recently social workers. All have suffered kidnaps and murder. Mariana Girinya, a social worker, has been the latest victim, which prompted Parliament to question the safety of Ugandans. To this, a response has been provided.
We as security agencies have also carried out a self-examination and an analysis, and we have established that there is a need for self-rectification. For example, we are going to improve our 99 and fixed line call system so as to improve our contact with the population and our response time.
In a report, Minister for Internal Affairs General J.J. Odongo blames the current situation on drug abuse,
particularly among the youth. This abuse unduly influences their behavior patterns.
Mityana Municipality Member of Parliament Francis Zake sought responses to what he described as unanswered questions.
What are you doing in these cases to help the relatives to get justice? Because police is not responding to them. Another question, you've talked about the emergency lines that you're going to improve. You always promise about these emergency lines, but I've tried out myself to contact the 999. I can tell you can spend the whole day. I've even put my boys around, my fellow youths, to always try these numbers. They never pass through.
I'd like to encourage all of us to avoid politicizing security. Security is a common good. Let us all work together on establishing security.
We are not politicizing in this matter. These things are real. People are kidnapped every day. People are murdered. Yes, some of the cases we come up with, these are just few cases, but so many cases go unheard. So about this very issue, even as we are talking right now, there's someone else who is also being kidnapped.
For now, action is required to end the rampant crime. So far, Internal Affairs Minister assured legislators of a tax waiver on CCTV cameras.
Acquiring CCTV cameras for private individuals is still expensive. We are now engaging the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development with a view to review the tax regime on this. Removing the tax altogether would be a desirable end, so as to make CCTV cameras for private people more affordable.
The recent weeks have been characterized by kidnaps and murders, which claimed the life of 28-year-old Mariana Girinya, a social worker and her driver. The case is currently under investigations. Henry Okrut, UBC.
And of course, that is in the area of trying to make, taxes affordable for CCTV cameras. Now, away from that, into the health sector, the Prime Minister, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, has said that government has procured an ultra-modern cancer radiotherapy machine to curb the spread of cancer. He was opening the second Uganda Cancer Palliative Care Conference in Kampala.
A research conducted by Ministry of Health shows that over 5,000 patients are registered with Uganda Cancer Institute annually. During the second Uganda Cancer and Palliative Care Conference in Kampala, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, says government has procured a radiotherapy machine for cancer patients.
Availability of resources, no country, no matter how rich, has been able to ensure that everyone has immediate access to every technology and intervention that may improve their health or prolong their lives. On this note, I thank Uganda Cancer Institute for using the little resources available to provide high-quality cancer care as a center of excellence in oncology in East African region.
Minister for Health Jane Ruth Acheng says population growth and absence of family planning hinders curbing cancer. She advised Ugandans to go for regular medical checkups.
Most of those countries have a smaller population than Uganda. That is one. The fertility rate in Uganda is extremely high. We don't only have women delivering, we have a factory for children. And many of you saw this in one of the WhatsApp messages where Kawembe is busy manufacturing children. 1.5 million children born every year is a little too many.
Dr. Hasfa Kasule, the consultant from World Health Organization, identified being addictive as the main cause of cancer in men.
Biological factors like human papillomavirus, hepatitis B and C, other infections, tobacco use, alcohol use, unhealthy diet, and physical inactivity are also major cancer risk factors.
We have stated that in the NDP3, more emphasis and focus should be put on more uncommunicable diseases, which are pose a threat to our population well-being. And I call all the scientists, researchers to do more research in the field of cancer and palliative care so that we improve the cancer management in this country.
Deborah Namamonde compiled this report for UBC News.
As we cross over to South Africa, the Speaker of Parliament, Rebecca Kadaga, has condemned acts of xenophobia and called for attitude change by the people of South Africa. This call was made at the sidelines of the 50th Commonwealth Parliamentary Association meeting in Zanzibar, where all members unanimously called for an end on the prejudiced fury brewing in Africa.
Political leadership understand the situation before the Uganda meeting, so that in Uganda we should be able to get a report, a detailed report, in terms of how or what steps the government of South Africa has taken to eliminate this situation that is currently happening. And this is not the first time it has happened a number of years. Each and every time we see Africans being butchered, we see some Africans. In Malawi, we have got migrants from Rwanda, Burundi, Congo, but we live peacefully with them. The Commonwealth Parliamentary Association Africa region responds today. It will be doing what the Harare Declarations instructed us to do as Commonwealth Parliamentary Association on behalf of our countries. We will be concerning ourselves in what is happening inside the affairs of one of our countries, and therefore that has an impact on all of us. Apartheid was mean, not only to South Africa and South Africans, but to the entire region and the African continent in what it did. So we are painfully aware of our relationship around this matter. This is why we proclaim, obviously, that it embarrasses us. We don't know in whose interest people being given the kind of treatment, if that's treatment, that they have there. We wish to extend and express our deep condolences to the families that are affected.
Uganda does not share a border with South Africa. The last 7 years before the liberation, thousands of those combatants were actually in Uganda, in a place called Kaweweta, and we saw them through up to the end. Therefore, I'm calling for an attitude change from the people of South Africa to recognize that we are all Africans and that we are stakeholders in whatever is happening, and we should not be looked at as foreigners because we are all Africans. So I also called upon our colleagues to ensure that their immigration policies are more friendly to fellow Africans. For instance, in Uganda, when you have to go to apply for a visa, you must go there at 3 o'clock in the morning, stand in the queue until they open the office at 8 o'clock. And by 10, they are finished. If you have not been handled, you'll have to come back again tomorrow. That should not happen. We should not be having difficulties traveling from one country to another.
Now, the National Drug Authority has closed down 69 unlicensed drug shops and impounded 120 boxes of assorted medicines worth 59 million shillings during a 2-day operation in Greater Kampala and Wekiso district. Now, some of the operation areas included Chireka, Najera, Nkumba, Abaita Ababiri, Busabala, Mutundwe, and Nachiwogo, among others.
That was the situation on ground as National Drug Authority officials conducted an operation to curb illegal sale of drugs within Greater Kampala City and Wakiso district. The affected drug owners and pharmacies have been given 3 months within which to comply to stipulated rules and regulations, or else their drugs will be disposed of and incinerated.
The areas that we shall also be, we are also here to exhibit to the public that when we take these medicines, when one complies as to NDA's requirements, we give back the medicine. We take the medicine back to to the operator.
In an interview with UBC TV, the acting head of the NDA Central Region Office, Jennifer Aujo, said the purpose of such operations is to save the public from substandard drugs and unqualified drug dealers.
We always follow up this to achieve the mandate of National Drug Authority, to ensure that the public only accesses quality, safe and efficacious drugs.
This latest operation comes in the wake of repeated calls to the NDA by the general public to curb on the ever-increasing unlicensed drug shops that are run by unqualified personnel, thereby putting people's lives at risk. The National Drug Authority is expected to conduct such more operations in the near future in other parts of the country. Edward Collins Juko compiled this report.
It's time for us to take a short break, but do not go away. We will be back with business.
Three. What's up with number 3? It's 3 at Airtel and not 4 anymore. It's 3 shillings per second across all networks in Uganda.
Make calls from Airtel to all networks at 3 shillings per second. Get to talk to anyone on any network anytime at 3 shillings per second.
Airtel, the smartphone network. Airtel is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission. Every dream has a challenging journey. Ours began in 1998 with a mission to drive the development of a robust communications sector in Uganda. We created structures to champion the dream. We've evolved, made discoveries, supported great minds, empowered Ugandans, and fostered a vibrant culture, enabling communication for all. Down the years, we've created memories and networks, uniting generations and building great partnerships. Together, we can go even further. UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pain Arena. Introducing on the right corner, Mr. Action, the reigning heavyweight champion in the ring against
the Headache, the #1 contender. And the bell rings.
Headache charges forward with a steady right and a left hook. Action dodges. He misses out with an inch. Wait a minute. Mr. Action launches back with a kick. The final blow. He is out.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
Enjoy convenience today with Airtel Money School Pay. Dial *185#, select option 6, school fees, select option 2, school pay, select option 1, pay fees, enter student number, enter the amount, enter the PIN number to complete payment. Beat the back to school hustle today. Pay school fees conveniently using Airtel Money. Airtel Money, simple, instant, secure.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Does heartburn stop you from eating the things you love? Eating too fast, alcohol or spicy food can trigger acidity, heartburn, indigestion or flatulence. Your best bet is Better Cool. Better Cool works fast to relieve acidity, heartburn and indigestion. Trust Better Cool. Enjoy life.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
The Electoral Commission has released guidelines for countrywide reorganization of polling stations from 2nd to 14th September in preparation for 2020-2021 general elections to enable voters conveniently cast their votes. Every parish, ward and electoral area must have at least one polling station. Where no polling station exists in a newly created parish or ward, at least one polling station must be recommended by the stakeholders in the area. The returning officer must ensure that each electoral area at sub-county level is demarcated and approved by the Commission. Sub-county supervisors shall oversee the reorganization exercise. In case of parish, village or electoral areas at sub-county without polling stations, meetings will take place at the mother parish where current polling stations are located. For details, call 0312-211-050. Announced by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Welcome back from that short break. It's time for us to see what's happening in business as we start off with the oil and gas sector. Through the scaling up for the construction project, over 800 unemployed and uneducated youth in Kampala and Pakwach have been trained and unveiled internationally certified workforce for the oil and gas industry of Uganda, as we hear from Mark Arnold Wadulo.
Not stop adequate preparations for a successful oil and gas sector. Implemented by the Employment and Skills for Africa program, Solid Rock Life and Business, the project aims to accredit over 1,500 youth with an internationally recognized ECITB certification.
We are putting in place such things like the career event we have now. So we are inviting other companies that in their day-to-day work they hadn't realized that actually there is a certain level of skill in the market that they can make use of. So the career event is one of them that we are holding today. So we have invited a number of companies. If you look around, most of them are not oil and gas companies. They are construction companies, they are manufacturing companies. So basically we are making them aware that we have these people in place. Please come and take them up.
Backed by government's National Content Regulation of 2016, the Skills for Construction project will provide hands-on employment skills to the youth, focusing on the oil and gas sector.
Because 1,500 Ugandan is a big number. But the market needs about, close to 17 to 20,000, in a range of technical skills. So from welding, pipe fitting, rigging, electrical, mechanical, and etc. And these are semi-skills. We're not talking about the engineers. And the industry has very high standards. So it requires that training, come with international certifications. Because of the standard that the oil and gas industry is expecting. Comes with health and safety, very strong health and safety, background.
Despite the current low levels in uptake of their trainees by local construction companies, the project's implementers have set in place follow-up strategies to guarantee jobs.
So we can't curb unemployment when we are targeting people that went through the formal education alone, and they are the minority. So the majority are actually people that didn't go to the formal education, and they are the ones who may cause some of the chaos that we are seeing. So when such things are started up, and they are targeting them to also give them an opportunity to get something to do, or unemployed to get a job somewhere. So let us embrace it.
800 trainees received certificates. The training is implemented at 4 institutes: Paka Community Polytechnic and Uganda College of Commerce in Pakwach, Nakawa Vocational Training Institute, and the Management Training and Advisory Center. Wadulo Mark Arnold for UBC News.
Forget the long line hassle. With OneXBet, the power of placing the perfect bet is at your fingertips. Bet anytime from anywhere. Best of all, payment is instant. Place your bet on whatever you choose. Virtual games, bet games, sports, and even live betting. Winning has never been this simple. Bet with OneXBet.
Advanced gaming is regulated by the Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board. Betting is addictive and can be psychologically harmful, and it's only eligible to persons above 18 years of age.
Brought to you by Bet with OneXBet.
And in sports, the Cranes team has departed for Kenya ahead of an international friendly against Harambee Stars, which is due on 8 September 2019. Cranes interim coach Abdallah Mbiru named the 25-man squad that includes players who participated in the just concluded Africa Cup of Nations in Egypt.
From the team and the players, and what we need to achieve is, of course, we are beginning preparing a team for qualifiers of Africa Cup of Nations. I think we have a game in November, our first game. So this is now a very good foundation most especially for the coach who is going to come in and take over responsibility of managing this team. Secondly, we are using some players at home-based to prepare them for our game against Burundi this month on the 20th in Chan qualifiers. So the game.
Now, in Woodball, Uganda Woodball Federation is determined in its pursuit to ensure quality players are chosen to represent the country at various global events, as we hear from John Barnes Centum.
Any sports discipline in any country is usually determined by the strength its league provides. This is exactly what Uganda Woodball Federation intends to achieve from its national league that has entered its second match day at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole. Excellent players from now on will form the core of the national team at any international event, starting with next year's World Cup in Malaysia.
Now we know that it can work. It can work. And you are the most important people because you have embraced our idea. I want to emphasize that you will be the greatest beneficiaries. For example, Colin just told you that if you want to get into a window to qualify to participate for the national football team, you must participate in the national league. In the national league. So this is the right platform if you want to aspire to be a national football player.
The league has started in August and will have a further 2 outings to decide who finishes as champion. The 14-league team has Eminence Club, Ndeje and Makerere University Business School eyeing the men's crown, while a stroke club, Ndeje and Lady Woods, are inseparable among the ladies.
If 11 years down the road, people are beginning to what? To believe. So I want to assure you that even for this league, those of you who will be there for some time, you are going to see this. That we have started this league to grow the sport of football so that we give you a platform to compete just like any other player in any other national sport. Right now, there is a lot of engagement with the government, with the National Council, with the Ministry of Sports to see that they embrace the football sport. I'm thinking 2 years from now, the Football National League should have support from government.
Other teams in the league are Zoe, St. Joseph's Technical Institute Kisubi, Makerere and Prowe. John Barnes, Centamo, reporting.
And that ends our bulletin this time around. Thank you once again for keeping it with us. Before we sign out, let's have the recap on our headlines. Minister for Internal Affairs, General J.J. Odongo, explains murders and kidnaps in the country. In the health sector, government has procured an ultra-modern radiotherapy machine. And on the international scene, Tehran in more uranium enrichment. And lastly, in sports, Crane's team is in Kenya ahead of an international friendly against Harambee Stars. That's it from us. My name is Patricia Lokoma. Our next bulletin will come your way at 10 o'clock. Mugalu Mohammed has been on sign language. Keep it UBC TV.
Was brought to you by
UCC, celebrating 20 years of achievements.
Brought to you by
Better Cool works fast to relieve acidity, heartburn, and indigestion. Trust Better Cool. Enjoy life.
If symptoms persist, seek medical advice.
333. What's up with number 3? It's 3 at Airtel and not 4 anymore. It's 3 shillings per second across all networks in Uganda.
Make calls from Airtel to all networks at 3 shillings per second. Get to talk to anyone on any network anytime at 3 shillings per second. Ha ha!
Airtel, the smartphone network. Airtel is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
For nearly 30 years, Somalia has been at war.
They are fighting because of land. Somalia, we are one tribe and one religion.
AMISOM, now in its 11th year, has made significant strides amidst challenges in this quest to bring lasting peace in the Horn of Africa. We embedded with the UPDF troops serving under AMISOM to tell their story of pacifying Somalia from the capital Mogadishu to the remote regions of Lower Shebele, and as the troops prepare to hand over security roles to the Somali National Army, we look at readiness of the national forces to take on the mantle and whether Somalia is ready for life without AMISOM. This is a story of pacifying Somalia. October 14th, 2017, the deadliest ever terror attack on Africa engulfs Somalia, deeper in loss, fear and hopelessness. More than 600 people are brutally killed and 312 left injured, while property destroyed to dust.
When the truck arrived at the busy intersection known locally as K5, there was a traffic jam.
A truck bomb near a fuel tanker blows off in a strategically dense spot 1 kilometer from Medina Gate. Moments later, another explodes. The main target, the heavily guarded Aden Ad International Airport compound through the Medina Gate, an access route to United Nations and other key establishments. Aden Mos Hassan is a survivor of the heinous act. A traditional elder looking for a